Welcome back to Nature Moment. From the Serengeti to the Masai Mara, every step is a gamble for survival. Nearly 2 million wildebeest embark on a grueling journey of almost 3,000 kilometers. They cross cracked grasslands and ford the Mara River, where crocodiles lurk like shadows. They turn into a land where unnamed dangers are ever present beneath a fragile layer of dust. Each year, more than 250,000 will fall. But their deaths nourish life. Every drop of blood that soaks into the earth is an offering for the green to return to the arid savanna. It is not a choice. It is destiny. The Great Migration. 1.5 million wildebeest are not just searching for rain. They are pulling life along with them. They are writing the next chapter in the cycle of the planet's most ancient land. At the heart of the Nutu Plains lies Lake Nutu, an alkaline lake with a pH that can reach up to 10.5. Although its water is inhospitable to most aquatic species, the high concentration of sodium carbonate creates an ideal habitat for microalgae like spirulina, the primary food source for flocks of flamingos. The lesser flamingo is the world's smallest flamingo species, yet it is the most numerous, with over 2.2 million individuals across East Africa. Despite their delicate appearance, they thrive in the most extreme environments. Thick skin on their legs, specialized salt glands, and tough scales help them maintain their internal balance. They feed almost exclusively on cyanobacteria and diatoms rich in carotenoids, the compounds that give them their characteristic pink-orange hue. From late January to mid-March each year, the volcanic grasslands of the Serengeti transform into one of the largest natural birthing grounds on Earth. Here, a female wildebeest, one among hundreds of thousands, carries new life, ready to begin an extraordinary story of survival. According to the Tanzania National Parks Authority, in just the first 2 to 3 weeks of February, more than 500,000 calves are born around Lake Ndutu. This synchronized birthing is no accident. It is an evolutionary strategy honed over millions of years to protect the next generation from the clutches of predators. The arrival of the calves coincides with a constant vigilance of predators like lions, cheetahs, and hyenas. Just a single moment. These newborn lives can be extinguished in an instant. But the wildebeest are not without their own strategies. When hundreds of thousands of calves are born at once, predators are overwhelmed. They simply cannot focus on hunting each one individually. This strategy is known as predator saturation. As a result, the calf's chances of survival increase dramatically. The wildebeest mother will welcome her calf within the circle of her kin, forming a natural living shield of flesh and bone. Notably, this synchronized birthing also reduces internal competition. When all the calves are born at the same time, they have similar conditions and equal access to their mother's milk. Perhaps you did not know. There is a miracle that occurs just 3 to 7 minutes after birth. The tiny calf stands on its own. Its legs tremble, but it does not fall. Within 15 minutes, it must learn to walk, to nurse, and to keep up with the herd. Because if it doesn't, it will be left behind. It is in this moment that the bond begins. The calf memorizes its mother's scent, her shape, and her voice. A biological connection takes root, sacred and strong. Some other species might take a long time to begin adapting to their surroundings. But in just 1 week, the calf can run at speeds of over 30 kilometers per hour. Living in a land where any thicket could conceal a predator, the calf has no time for innocence. It must learn to survive or disappear forever. As the herd moves, young calves like this one are enveloped in the center, shielded by the mothers and adult wildebeest, forming a living wall of muscle. At around 8 months old, the young wildebeest will leave its mother and join a peer group. There it learns to live within a social structure, to recognize warning signals and to deal with threats. If it is a female, she may be ready to reproduce after about 16 months. If it is a male, the wait is longer, up to 24 months. And like all other males, it must face fierce competition to win rank, where it is not always the strongest that triumphs, but the most persistent and intelligent. These lions come from the Ngorongoro crater, an area of about 260 square kilometers and nearly 600 meters deep. It is the largest intact caldera in the world. The ecosystem here thrives year-round, independent of the migration. All of the big five are present, but the most prominent are the lions, with 65 to 75 individuals divided into about 8 prides, creating the highest density of wild lions ever recorded. Dawn on the Ndutu Plains marks the beginning of a new day. A day where death is always lurking. From a distance, a group of lionesses watches their prey. They have been tracking the blue wildebeest herd since twilight. The cool air weaves through every leaf. The wind is light, blowing in the right direction, carrying no trace of their scent. Her hearing and vision honed for the dark, too familiar with the feeling of being stalked. Soon after, a few of them startle their hooves, striking the ground in a drumming rhythm. Shaozing suis. In just a few seconds, the dust begins to settle. The herd has fled. It seemed as though all had escaped. But looking back at that moment, an unlucky warrior has become a meal for the pride. As apex predators, they regulate the populations of large herbivores, helping to maintain balance across the entire ecosystem. In the Serengeti, lions do not hold the predator's throne alone. The spotted hyena, with its smaller stature and lumbering gait, is an incredibly dangerous hunter. They do not miss the opportunity presented by the synchronized birthing season of thousands of blue wildebeest. Do not be deceived by their appearance. Behind those large ears and that eerie laugh lies a cold, ruthlessly precise killing instinct. Contrary to previous beliefs, hyenas are not lazy scavengers. They are skilled hunters. Prey they hunt themselves makes up 60 to 95% of their daily diet. A hyena has targeted a newborn wildebeest calf. Without hesitation, it charges through the sea of wildebeest, heading for the small, disoriented calf. With a powerful snap at its hindquarters, it has almost secured its prize. But the mother arrives just in time. Lowering her head, she uses her sharp horns to push back the predator while nudging her calf into a protective circle. This time, the mother's instinct has won. Unlike the typical social structure of most carnivores, spotted hyenas operate under a strict matriarchal order. The females are not only larger and more muscular, but also completely dominant within the clan. Power is passed down from mother to daughter, shaping a rigid social hierarchy within each clan, which can range from 6 to over 90 individuals. A group of 3 to 5 individuals breaks away from the clan, silently forming a hunting party, not for a swift attack, but to demonstrate their supreme endurance. This is not a lightning-fast ambush. It is a brutal test of stamina. The strongest wildebeest, their eyes wide with panic and their breath growing heavier, are gradually worn down by the relentless pursuit of these persistent predators. Their jaws can generate a force of up to 4,500 newtons, enough pressure to crush a steel door, tear through thick muscle, and even shatter a spine. Unlike many other carnivores, hyenas are thorough consumers. From an ecological perspective, hyenas are more than just hunters. They are one of nature's most efficient cleanup crews. By consuming entire carcasses, they help to minimize the sources of disease and recycle nutrients. On a bare branch, vultures silently observe every movement below, like judges awaiting a final verdict. They do not hunt, but they are the most formidable followers. Vultures possess sharp eyes that can spot a carcass from kilometers away. Their hooked beaks are strong enough to tear through thick hides that even lions struggle with. They clean up carrion, preventing the spread of disease and keeping the grasslands from turning into a graveyard. Only when all other species have retreated do they spread their wings and descend, silent and cold. Vultures are not symbols of death. They are the gatekeepers of life. From April to June, as the dry season begins to grip the Serengeti's western corridor, the landscape transforms into fields of dry golden grass. The scarcity of water and vegetation signals the start of the Great Migration for about 1.7 million wildebeest moving west and then north. Accompanying them are the plain zebras. Their black and white stripes ripple from shoulder to flank, from neck to leg, forming a completely unique visual language. No two zebras have identical patterns. When zebras gather in a herd, their stripes merge, creating a dazzling camouflage effect that makes it difficult for predators like lions to select and lock onto a target. A recent study also shows that the polarized light reflected from a zebra's stripes disrupts the navigation systems of tsetse flies and horseflies, two insects that carry dangerous diseases. Beneath those stripes is a body built for resilience. A zebra can run at speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour. Unlike some grazers that selectively eat soft grasses, zebras are pioneer grazers. They lead the way, consuming the dry, coarse grasses and clearing the path for the wildebeest, topis, and gazelles that follow. Interestingly, zebras do not move randomly. The hippocampus in their brain, the center for spatial memory, is particularly well developed, allowing them to navigate with remarkable accuracy. If the plain zebra astonishes the world with its striking camouflage, another creature in the Serengeti can almost vanish into the landscape simply by standing still. This is the puff adder, a notorious venomous snake of Africa, a master of ambush, a silent warrior of the savannah. Its name, puff adder, comes from its characteristic defensive behavior. When threatened, it inflates its body and emits a loud hiss, a final warning before it strikes. Its venom causes tissue damage, blistering, and if left untreated, can even lead to the loss of a limb. The World Health Organization states that it remains a leading cause of snakebite-related deaths in Africa, particularly in sub-Saharan regions, including the Serengeti. Even with its potent venom and masterful camouflage, the puff adder stands little chance against this remarkable bird. The secretary bird. Unlike most birds of prey that soar through the skies, the secretary bird is a terrestrial hunter. It is renowned for its skill in dispatching snakes, including venomous species like cobras and puff adders. Each kick, delivered with scaly, horn-covered legs, strikes with a force 5 times the bird's own body weight and is executed in less than 15 milliseconds. Its attack is not only lightning fast, but also incredibly precise, often aimed directly at the head or neck to end the encounter swiftly. In the Western Corridor, as the dry grasslands crack under the hooves of millions of creatures, the Grumeti and Balageti rivers become the last lifelines. The African bush elephant is the largest land mammal on Earth. A fully grown male can stand up to 4 meters tall and weigh more than 7 tons. Their large ears, shaped like the African continent, are constantly fanning. Beneath their thick skin lies a dense network of blood vessels that helps to dissipate heat, a built-in cooling system designed by nature. Meanwhile, their flexible trunks containing over 40,000 individual muscles act as a multi-purpose tool, sucking up water, plucking grass, and even spraying water on their backs as a living sunscreen. As the elephant herd approaches the Grumeti River, they face more than just thirst. Grumeti crocodiles up to 4 meters long lie motionless in the mud, patiently waiting for a misstep. The adult elephants often pause, carefully observing the water for a long time before taking the first step in. These decisions are guided by the memory and experience of the oldest female, the matriarch, the silent yet steadfast leader of the herd. Each day, an adult elephant requires up to 150 kilograms of vegetation and over 190 liters of water. When the grasslands are scorched dry, they begin to dig shallow wells using their tusks to break through the earth in search of moisture. They are the true engineers of the ecosystem. Every branch they break, every path they forge through the bush helps to create space for countless other species to thrive. Their coats are a mosaic of black, white, yellow, and brown patches, as if painted by a free-spirited artist. This is the African wild dog. But that beauty is not just for show. In the wild, each individual's unique coat serves as camouflage, blending into the dappled light and bush, making the entire pack a seamless extension of the landscape. But what makes their hunt so effective is not just their appearance. Look closer at their long, muscular legs, with only 4 toes and no dew claw. This unique evolutionary trait reduces, drag conserves energy, and is perfectly suited for long-distance chases. Atop their heads, their large rounded ears stand erect like radar dishes, serving as more than just tools for listening. These ears can rotate independently, picking up signals from kilometers away. Then the hunt begins. No hiding, no ambush. A small group breaks away, selecting a target. They start by maintaining a steady pace of about 10 kilometers per hour, gradually pushing their prey to exhaustion. The moment the prey falters, even for an instant, the pack closes in, accelerating to 70 kilometers per hour and tightening the circle. One individual cuts in front, another blocks from behind, while others attack from the sides. Each one performs its role with precision. According to 2024 data from the Wildlife Conservation Society, African wild dogs have a hunting success rate of 70 to 90%, the highest among carnivores. When the African wild dog pack has had its fill, birds in black cloaks descend and gather around as if holding a solemn vigil for the fallen. This is the marabou stork. a bird known not only by its nickname, the Undertaker bird, for its somber appearance, but also for its vital ecological role. Its head and neck are completely bald, covered in a pale pink mottled skin that makes cleanup easier after delving deep into decaying carcasses. The marabou stork is one of the largest flying land birds. It can stand up to 1.5 meters tall with a wingspan of 3.7 meters. In the sky, it can soar at altitudes of over 4,500 meters with few wing beats, conserving energy as it scans the grasslands below for carcasses or leftovers. While vultures use their hooked beaks to tear through thick hides, the marabou's large wedge-shaped bill is made for probing into crevices and extracting meat from deep within a carcass. By late June, as the wildebeest's journey pushes further north, the air becomes noticeably clearer and drier. The northern terrain grows gently undulating and open with scattered woodland vegetation, an ideal setting for predators like lions, leopards, hyenas, and cheetahs to thrive. The migration of over 2 million animals includes not just wildebeest and plains zebras. A smaller antelope moves with them. This is the Thompson's gazelle, also known as the Tommy. In a world where survival depends on speed and cunning, the Thompson's gazelle, often called the dancer of the plains, embodies grace amidst the harshness of the savannah. Capable capable of reaching speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour and executing sharp turns with ease thanks to their small, sharp hooves. They force predators like cheetahs and leopards to think twice before acting. They do not lead the great migration with the wildebeest and zebras. Instead, they choose to move on the fringes or at the rear, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Hidden in the dry yellow grass, the cheetah, the fastest land predator, locks its gaze on a distant target, a young Thompson's gazelle. The social structure of the cheetah is distinctive. Females live solitary lives except when raising cubs, a period that can last nearly 2 years. Males, on the other hand, form tight-knit groups called coalitions, often consisting of brothers. These coalitions increase their ability to defend territory, attract mates, and fend off competition. Every hunt is a life or death gamble, where it has only 20 to 30 seconds to succeed before its body overheats, its heart rate becomes erratic, and its internal temperature soars to dangerous levels. 2 black teardrop stripes run from the corners of its eyes down to its muzzle. Like the black paint of track athletes, they help reduce glare and sharpen focus. The cheetah launches forward like a fully drawn arrow. In just 3 seconds, it accelerates from 0 to nearly 96 kilometers per hour. Then it dashes even faster, reaching speeds of 110 to 120 kilometers per hour, a velocity almost unimaginable for any land creature. The hunt is over, but the battle is not. The cheetah has no time to breathe. It must eat quickly, tearing at its prey in a hurry before hyenas or lions catch the scent and close in. In fact, cheetahs can lose up to 50% of their kills, especially in open areas like the central Serengeti during the dry season. Hundreds of thousands gather along the riverbanks by early July, preparing for a crossing that could mean life or death. The Mara River is deep, wide, and murky. Nile crocodiles lie in wait beneath its calm surface, while lions, leopards, and hyenas turn both banks into ambush points. year, an estimated 250,000 wildebeest never make it to the Masai Mara, their lives claimed by hunger, thirst, exhaustion, predators, or the river itself. But there is no way to reach the promised land without crossing the Mara. The body structure of the Nile crocodile has remained virtually unchanged for nearly 80 million years since the late Cretaceous period. Their ancestors once shared the earth with Tyrannosaurus rex. The surface of the Mara River is as still as a mirror. No warning signs, no telltale ripples. But beneath that silent, muddy water, an ancient predator awaits its decisive moment. The Nile crocodile, the silent beast of sub-Saharan Africa. In the turbid waters of the Mara River, they are almost invisible. Only their eyes, ears, and nostrils protrude just above the surface. The wildebeest herd approaches the riverbank, hesitating before the swift current. And the moment they touch the water, the river's surface erupts. A body over 5.5 meters long and weighing nearly 1 ton launches upward like a living spear. Without warning, the crocodile clamps down on its prey's neck with a bite force of up to 95,000 newtons. It spins in the water, its entire body a whirling vortex. The death roll. In an instant, the powerful muscle mass of the wildebeest is torn apart. The other wildebeest panic and surge forward. They must survive. The Nile crocodile is also one of the few reptiles known to swallow stones called gastroliths, which are thought to act as ballast for deeper dives or to help maintain balance during a sudden attack. Although they are reptiles, they possess a 4-chambered heart, a feature typically found in birds and mammals. This allows for more efficient blood circulation to vital organs. Furthermore, they can close a valve that diverts blood from their lungs, allowing them to stay underwater longer without breathing. Some individuals can remain submerged for up to 2 hours while resting. Their sex is not determined by genes, but by the temperature of the environment during incubation. Nests, with temperatures below 30 degrees Celsius, tend to produce mostly females, while those above 32 degrees Celsius yield predominantly males. When it's time to lay her eggs, the female digs a deep hole in the sandy riverbank and guards it for 3 months, never leaving the nest, not even for a night. As the hatchlings begin to emerge, faint calls from within the eggs prompt the mother to gently excavate the nest and delicately carry each one in her jaws down to the shallow water. In the Mara ecosystem, the Nile crocodile is more than just a predator. It is a manifestation of natural power. As the Nile crocodile sinks back into the murky water after a brutal hunt, the surface of the Mara River returns to its deceptive calm. But that does not mean the river is safe, only that another ruler has arrived. As the last hoof touches the other side, the wildebeest herd does not stop. The Mara River is now behind them. Ahead, the grasslands of the Masai Mara stretch out soft green and strangely quiet. From July to October, the Mara retains its gentle green hue, thanks to small but regular showers enough to sustain the vegetation. But even on the open savanna, the shadows remain. The riverine forests along the Mara, Talek and Sand rivers form narrow, dark borders where leopards hide throughout the day. Amidst the dappled foliage and sun-speckled grass, each of a leopard's rosettes appears faint. Unlike the solid spots of a cheetah, a leopard's rosettes are shaped like open flower petals, hollow in the center. A design that seems made for the shifting dance of shadow and light in the open woodland. From July to October, as the wildebeest pour into the Masai Mara from the Serengeti, the leopards remain detached from the clamor. They live solitary lives hidden in places few notice. They rarely meet except during the mating season. Their elusive nature has earned them the name, the invisible ones of the savannah. Despite living a solitary life, the leopard is a devoted mother. After a gestation period of about 90 to 105 days, the female gives birth to 2 or 3 cubs in a hidden den, such as a rock crevice or dense thicket. For about 18 to 24 months, they learn to climb trees, stalk, prey, and master the art of concealment. Morning in the Masai Mara, a group of young topi antelopes steps out onto the grassland. But in that stillness, death takes the form of immobility. Lying motionless in the grass, a leopard tracks every uncertain movement of its prey. It needs no assistance. The hippopotamus, the river horse, does not hunt, does not stalk. Yet wherever they appear, even crocodiles keep their distance. Although they may look like giant pigs, the closest relatives of the hippopotamus are not on land, but deep in the ocean. Whales, dolphins, and porpoises are its nearest kin. The hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after the elephant and the white rhino. A mature male can weigh up to 3,000 kilograms. But do not be mistaken into thinking they can swim. They are not buoyant, nor do they truly swim. Instead, they walk along the riverbed, each step firm and powerful. The skin of a hippopotamus is extremely sensitive to sunlight. They have no sweat glands, but instead secrete a reddish-pink fluid from subcutaneous glands. It is, in fact, a natural blend of sunscreen, moisturizer, and antiseptic, all in one. During the day, hippos soak in the water to regulate their body temperature. When night falls, they silently leave the river, traveling several kilometers into the grasslands to graze all night. Despite being herbivores, hippos possess a formidable weapon, a mouth that can open to 180 degrees, and two pairs of tusk-like canines that can grow up to 50 centimeters long. They do not use these teeth for chewing, but for fighting. As the leopard settles on a high branch, the Maasai ostrich, the largest bird on earth, strides across the grass. A mature male stands up to 2.7 meters tall, and weighs over 150 kilograms, with an unmistakable appearance, a vibrant pinkish-red neck and thighs against a backdrop of jet-black feathers. In contrast, the female wears a soft, grayish-beige plumage, a perfect camouflage on the sun-scorched plains. With long legs and two powerful toes shaped like hooves, the Maasai ostrich can run at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour and maintain that pace over long distances. Their eyes, nearly 50 millimeters wide, are the largest of any land animal, allowing them to spot danger from afar. When cornered, the Maasai ostrich is no easy target. A single kick from its powerful legs can inflict serious injury, even death. While the Maasai ostrich strides across the dry grasses of the savanna, tall necks rise above the horizon like living cranes. It is the presence of the Maasai giraffe. Unlike the zebras or wildebeest that migrate across vast distances, giraffes stay put, claiming the best vantage points as their own. With males reaching an average height of 5.5 meters, they are the tallest land animals on Earth. Their coats are covered in jagged, dark brown, oak leaf-shaped patches. Each individual bears a pattern as unique as a fingerprint of nature. Today, the Maasai giraffe population in Kenya is estimated at around 35,000 to 45,000 individuals, with about 7,100 found in the Masai Mara alone. However, this number has declined by nearly 50% in the last few decades due to deforestation, human-wildlife conflict, poaching, and increasing pressure from infrastructure development. By late October, as the first rains fall on the dusty soil of the Serengeti, the wildebeest begin to move again. No guide is needed, only the scent of rain, the breath of the earth, and the tender green shoots emerging beneath their hooves. From the north, the entire herd turns south back towards the lands around Ndutu, now lush and green again, as if the dry season had never passed. The female wildebeest graze more, their bellies heavier than in previous months. Inside them, a new life is beginning to form. In the southern Serengeti, the blue wildebeest reunite with the giant eland, the largest antelope on Earth, one of the migratory species that has returned early. A mature male can stand up to 1.8 meters at the shoulder and weigh from 500 to over 1,000 kilograms. With their long spiraled horns and thick, powerful legs, they resemble living tanks on the savanna. Also possessing horns and a powerful build, the South Central black rhinoceros lives a much more leisurely life than the antelopes. With no need to migrate, the Serengeti and Masai Mara are a perfect home, providing everything this species needs to thrive. Their upper lip, pointed and as flexible as a human finger, allows them to deftly pluck leaves, buds, and young shoots. Their eyesight is comparable to that of a rabbit, but their hearing and sense of smell are exceptionally sharp. Despite weighing up to 1,400 kilograms, they can charge at 55 kilometers per hour, making sharp turns through the bush. As a keystone species, the black rhino helps to shape the structure of the vegetation. However, their presence is shrinking. Although it is the most numerous subspecies of black rhino, the South Central black rhino is still listed as critically endangered. As of 2024, only about 2,220 individuals remain across Africa. They are still severely threatened by poaching. The first rains of October touch the mineral-rich basalt soil. In just a few nights, a carpet of young green grass sprouts, spreading across the open land around Ndutu. The Great Migration neither begins nor ends here. It is on this land that life is renewed, true to its cycle, passed down through thousands of generations. With over 1.5 million individuals, along with some 700,000 zebras and hundreds of thousands of gazelles, they form a living river stretching for thousands of kilometers. By late December and early January, when the vegetation is fully grown, the female wildebeest once again enter their calving season. Just minutes after birth, the calves, averaging 19 kilograms, stagger to their feet and take their first steps into a world of perpetual motion. The blue wildebeest is a keystone species, an essential link in the ecological chain. As they move, millions of heavy hooves disturb the soil surface, allowing air to penetrate the layers beneath. At the same time, they deposit vast amounts of dung, which acts as a natural fertilizer. By grazing on dry grasses, they also reduce the amount of flammable material on the ground, helping to lower the frequency and intensity of wildfires. The period from October to January is not just a resting phase for the blue wildebeest. It is a time of profound biological balance for the entire savanna. This is when the vegetation recovers, new life is born, predators find opportunities, and the circle of life continues in its proper rhythm. The Great Migration remains one of the most enduring biological phenomena on Earth. However, increasing pressure from human activities and climate change are posing serious challenges. The Mara River, the lifeblood of the migration, now faces seasonal droughts and overuse upstream, causing a significant drop in flow during the dry season. In Kenya, the natural grasslands of the Masai Mara are shrinking due to tourism development and agricultural expansion. Although not yet at a crisis point, the Great Migration faces an uncertain future without sustainable management strategies. But this is not just a story about wildlife. It is also a story of community technology and a long-term commitment to sustainable science. In Kenya, more than 24 community conservancies have been established around the Masai Mara. Together, they protect over 14,000 hectares of forest and grassland. Near the headwaters of the Mara River forests are slowly regenerating thanks to reforestation projects in the Mao watershed, providing a stable water source even through the harsh dry season. The future of the Serengeti Plains, the sustainable flow of the Mara River, and the magnificent migration itself all depend on our own actions. Every small choice, from responsible tourism and supporting conservation programs to spreading awareness about biodiversity, contributes to protecting life in the wild. If you believe in the beauty and value of nature, join Nature Moment in spreading that message. Subscribe to the channel today so you don't miss any of the magical moments of our green planet.
And it is here on this riverine stage that a drama of survival unfolds, featuring 5 of Africa's most iconic creatures: the lion, the leopard, the elephant, the rhinoceros, and the Cape buffalo. A male lion roars from a high kopje, his mane a blaze of fire in the early sun, a declaration of his dominance. A leopard moves through the thickets, each footfall so light it barely stirs a leaf. A silent phantom of the bush. On the low plains, a herd of Cape buffalo forms a protective cordon around their young, their eyes watchful for any sign of danger. Nearby, a white rhino grazes peacefully its hide, as rugged as the armor of some prehistoric warrior. And at the center of it all, a family of elephants wanders across a land their ancestors have traversed for centuries. each species an inseparable part of this symphony of life. Under the harsh African sun, a tall, silent figure appears. It is the saddle-billed stork, one of the most impressive of all water birds. With a height of up to 1.5 meters and a wingspan of over 2.7 meters, it is the largest stork on the continent. A silent aristocrat of the wetlands and rivers. Its long, straight beak, brilliantly colored in red and black, with a distinctive yellow frontal shield or saddle at its base, gives this bird its name. Unlike other storks that live in flocks, the saddlebill is a symbol of fidelity and solitude. They pair for life and are rarely seen together except during the nesting season. With slow, deliberate movements, the saddle-billed stork hunts its prey, small fish frogs and lizards. Each strike is a blend of absolute precision and an instinct honed over millions of years of evolution. Its very presence is a testament to the fragile, sacred beauty of this wild land. In the bustling life of the Mala Mala savanna, the plains zebra is one of the most recognizable yet complex of creatures. Each individual possesses a unique pattern of stripes. This is not only camouflage against the shimmering grasslands, but also a sophisticated system for regulating body temperature. Zebra live in herds with a complex social structure. A dominant stallion leads a small harem of females and their offspring. When danger threatens, a single alarm call from one individual spreads instantly through the herd, sending them all into a calculated stampede, a chaos of stripes designed to confuse a predator's vision. In terms of reproduction, a female zebra is pregnant for around 12 to 13 months and typically gives birth to a single foal. Just a few hours after birth, the young zebra can run with its mother. In this world, any delay can mean death. But no matter how well adapted they are still prey when the sun begins to set and the hunters begin their journey. In the northeastern territory of Mala, there is a pride of lions known as the Kambula Pride. It is one of the largest prides, regularly hunting formidable prey like buffalo and zebra. In the golden light of dusk, as the zebra herd comes to drink at the river's edge, 6 lionesses have been lying in wait in the tall grass. A young male, his pale golden mane not yet fully grown, circles silently behind the herd. A roar tears through the air. The zebra scatter in panic, their hooves thundering on the dry grass like war drums. In the chaotic flight, a young foal is separated from its mother. In a matter of seconds, the young male lion has caught up. As darkness envelops Mala, a strange creature begins to emerge from deep within the earth. the aardvark, the digger of the night. With its stout body, coarse fur, a thick tail like a kangaroo's, long ears like a rabbit's, and an elongated snout, the aardvark seems to be a product of pure imagination. But beneath that bizarre exterior is a biological machine perfectly evolved for a single task: to hunt termites and ants. With its shovel-like claws, it can tear open a termite mound in just a few minutes. Then its 30-centimeter-long tongue covered in a sticky mucus is deployed. Each night, a single adult aardvark can consume up to 50,000 insects. A staggering feat for such a silent creature. The deep burrows it digs, sometimes more than 10 meters long, are not just shelters for itself, but become homes for dozens of other species such as mongooses, snakes, and even owls. An architect of the underworld, the aardvark plays an essential role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. In the glaring light of a dry afternoon in Malamala, a family of common warthogs slowly emerges. Behind their somewhat comical appearance lies a body exquisitely evolved for survival. Their short legs are incredibly powerful, allowing them to reach speeds of over 50 kilometers per hour in an instant. And their curved tusks are not only for digging up roots, but can become formidable weapons when cornered. The family on this day consists of an adult mother and 3 young piglets, about 3 months old. The atmosphere seems peaceful, but in the wild silence is rarely without meaning. Not far away, a female cheetah has been concealed for more than 20 minutes. Its long, powerful body with its spotted golden coat makes it the fastest animal on the planet. But this speed can only be maintained for about 20 seconds. The attack must be precise, and it must be right the first time. A twitch, a pause, and suddenly it explodes from cover like an arrow. The mother warthog reacts instantly, letting out a hoarse cry. The whole family bolts towards the thick bush. The targeted piglet does not panic. It runs in a zigzag pattern, changing direction abruptly, causing the cheetah to lose its rhythm. In less than 30 seconds, the cheetah slows, panting heavily. Its prey has escaped. It no longer has the energy to continue the chase. To survive a pursuit by death itself is a silent victory. When the fastest being on the planet gives chase, can a young warthog survive on instinct and a zigzag run alone? Speed or strategy? What, in your view, determines survival in the wild? Leave a comment below.
In sub-Saharan Africa, the sun rises over the savanna. It's the time just before the annual migration of vast herds of wildebeest and zebras. Hidden in the tall grass, a predator lurks, a fearsome hunter, poised to strike. Tanzania's Serengeti, home to the ruler of all animals in Africa, is one of the largest and most diverse ecosystems in the world. This area is home to hundreds of rare animal species, spanning a region roughly the size of Belgium, with every type of landscape imaginable, from dense forests to swamps, hills, vast grasslands, and sprawling plains. Serengeti is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa. is also home to the largest concentration of African lions, Panthera leo. Lions are typically divided into 8 subspecies, spread across Africa, including Panthera leo melanochita in southern Africa. Lions are most concentrated in regions south of the Sahara Desert and in India. They are the second largest member of the cat family, being apex predators at the top of the food chain. Lions have existed for a long time, with their ancestors dating back around 10 million years. The modern lion emerged approximately 700,000 years ago, first appearing in southern Africa.
One morning in a field of wildflowers in Texas, a pair of brilliant orange wings glides gently through the air. This is the monarch butterfly, one of the most beautiful and unique butterflies in the world. This beauty is not merely a display of color, but a perfect survival mechanism. These vibrant colors are a warning I am not good to eat. As caterpillars, they feed exclusively on the leaves of the milkweed, plant a species that contains toxins. The poison does not harm the monarch, but it inflicts a violent bout of nausea on any predator that eats it. But what truly makes this butterfly so special is its incredible migration. Every year, millions of monarchs undertake a journey of more than 4,500 kilometers, one of the longest migrations ever undertaken by an insect. The journey begins in Canada and the northern United States in late summer, heading south through Texas, crossing the magnificent Sierra Madre Mountains to reach the Oyamel fir forests of central Mexico. The most astonishing thing is that no single butterfly makes this journey twice. The next generation butterflies that have never set foot in Mexico knows exactly where to fly. Scientists believe that monarchs possess a genetic map which allows them to use the Earth's magnetic field and the position of the sun to navigate. When spring arrives, they begin the journey back north. But no single individual can complete the entire return trip. It takes 3 to 4 successive generations to make it back to Canada. A journey that spans generations. A feat that no other butterfly can match. As the first rays of sun pierce the dense canopy of the Keoladeo forest in India, a silent creature appears, its brilliant plumage shining like a glistening jewel. This is the Indian peafowl, one of the most beautiful birds on the planet. What truly makes them stand out are the long, magnificent tail feathers, which can be fanned out into a gigantic display covered in stunning eye-like patterns. Each eye on the peacock's train is not just a natural feature, but a sophisticated light-reflecting mechanism, creating an iridescent effect that changes with every angle of view. In contrast to the resplendent male, the peahen has a drab brownish-gray plumage which helps her to camouflage in her surroundings and avoid predators. During the breeding season, the males engage in one of the most spectacular courtship displays in the natural world. He fans his enormous tail feathers, creating a magnificent screen, and shivers, producing a mesmerizing rustling sound. The peahen will observe every detail. Only the peacocks, with the most perfect plumage, the healthiest and the most persistent, will win the chance to mate. This is not just a beauty contest, but a test of nature to select the finest individuals. But in nature, beauty can be a double-edged sword. This same colorful plumage makes the peacock an easy target for predators. However, the peafowl is not entirely helpless. They have powerful legs and can run at speeds of up to 16 kilometers per hour. When attacked, they can suddenly fly up to the high branches of trees. Today, illegal hunting for their feathers and habitat loss are threatening their future. The beauty of the peafowl lies not just in its brilliant colors. It is also a story of adaptation and resilience. The sun has just risen over the dense forests of western China when a glint of gold suddenly flashes through the low canopy. And then, amidst the lush vegetation, a proud creature appears. The golden pheasant. With its long golden crest that cascades down like soft silk and plumage, as vibrant as a perfect painting, this bird truly has the air of a wild emperor. But this beauty is not just for show. It is a tool for survival, a weapon to attract a mate, and also the reason why the golden pheasant has become a target for poachers. In contrast to the flamboyant male, the female is a mottled brown with barred stripes, helping her to hide easily amongst the fallen leaves to incubate her eggs and protect her young. In spring, the forest becomes a stage for spectacular courtship displays. The male with absolute pride begins his enchanting dance. He spreads his wings wide, erects his golden crest, and moves slowly around the female, occasionally pausing to flourish his long tail in the morning sun. Life in the forest is not always peaceful. Leopards, civets, and hawks see the golden pheasant as an appealing meal. When it senses danger, the golden pheasant immediately runs at a surprising speed, darting through dense bushes to escape. Although not yet classified as endangered without timely conservation measures, they could face a serious decline in the future. Dawn breaks over the quiet wetlands of Europe, where a delicate fog drifts lazily over the water's surface. In that stillness, strange sounds suddenly echo. And then, amidst the brilliant sunlight, a miracle occurs. Tiny creatures with round eyes and slender bodies begin to move. They no longer bear their usual drab brown color, but are gradually covered in a mystical shade of blue. This is the moor frog, the frog with one of the most unique color changes in the animal kingdom. But this beauty is only fleeting. It is a rapid transformation that serves a single purpose: to pass on life to the next generation. This color change lasts for only about a week, just long enough for the females to recognize which males are healthier for mating. After finding a partner, the males gradually lose their stunning blue hue, returning to their original grayish-brown, as if they had never undergone any transformation at all. But the life of a moor frog is not all glory. After mating, the female lays hundreds of eggs. However, only a small fraction of them will survive. When winter comes, they must face the bitter cold. But instead of migrating the moor, frog has an astonishing survival strategy. It freezes completely. Its body shuts down, its heartbeat drops to almost zero, and it becomes a living block of ice. But when spring arrives, another miracle happens. Despite being a highly adaptable species, the moor frog still faces serious threats from humans, such as climate change and environmental pollution. In the icy waters of the Arctic Ocean, a mysterious creature glides through the deep. Unlike the grayish blue of most whales, it is cloaked in a coat of pure white. This is the beluga whale, one of the most enigmatic and captivating whales on the planet. Unlike other giant whales, the beluga stands out with its pristine white skin, which helps it to camouflage amongst the ice floes. But at birth, a beluga calf is gray or light blue. It takes 5 to 7 years for it to gradually turn completely white. If the humpback whale is known as the singer of the ocean, then the beluga is the storyteller of the sea. They are one of the most vocal of all whales. With over 50 different types of calls, from whistles and clicks to sounds reminiscent of a human voice, they can communicate, search for lost calves, and warn of danger. However, the greatest enemy of the beluga whale is not a predator but climate change and humans. Global warming is melting the Arctic ice at an unprecedented rate. For the beluga, this means the loss of a critical habitat. Noise pollution from ships and oil exploration is severely impacting their ability to communicate and navigate. In the deep blue of the ocean, a creature drifts silently as if it doesn't belong to this world. No bones, no heart, no brain. It has existed for over 500 million years. Its long tentacles sway gently with the current. Their soft bodies glow brilliantly in the darkness of the deep ocean. These are the jellyfish, the translucent phantoms of the sea. Jellyfish have existed for more than 500 million years, perhaps even 700 million. Older than the dinosaurs, sharks, or any animal known to man. The secret lies in simplicity. Without a complex brain or nervous system, a jellyfish doesn't need to think. It simply exists, drifting with the ocean currents and using its environment to survive. Some species of jellyfish, like the comb jelly, are bioluminescent, emitting blue, purple, or even rainbow-colored light as they move. This phenomenon not only creates a magical light show on the seabed, but is also a way for them to defend themselves against predators. However, some species possess a formidable weapon. Their tentacles contain thousands of stinging cells called nematocysts, which can fire tiny barbs containing venom. Some species of jellyfish, such as Turritopsis dohrnii, are considered immortal. When injured or facing harsh conditions, they can reverse their life cycle, reverting to the polyp stage and starting all over again. However, the rise in ocean temperature and acidification due to climate change are threatening the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem, affecting even the most ancient of creatures. Did you know of a species that can freeze solid in winter and come back to life in spring? Or a creature with no heart and no brain that has existed for over 500 million years? Which species do you think they are? Comment right below. If there is any dance in the animal kingdom that can rival the splendor of the peacock or the grace of the bird of paradise, it is the courtship dance of the flamingo. When the breeding season arrives, hundreds, even thousands of flamingos gather to perform a mesmerizing, synchronized display. They stretch their long legs high, crane their necks towards the sky, and then move in rhythm, their wings opening to reveal patches of black feathers, a stark contrast to their brilliant pink. The males with the most powerful and impressive moves will be chosen by the females as mates. A contest of beauty and strength played out in the heart of nature. Despite their regal appearance, flamingos do not inhabit lush forests. Instead, they choose the harshest of places to survive. The highly saline and alkaline lakes of Africa, South America, and Central Asia, where most other animals cannot survive. But the flamingo has evolved to be perfectly adapted to this environment. They have exceptionally thick skin on their legs to resist corrosion and a unique water-filtering system in their beaks. Their characteristic pink color is not natural. It comes from the carotenoid pigments in the algae and crustaceans they eat. The healthier the flamingo and the better its diet, the more vibrant its plumage will be. As the sun sets over the forests of Madagascar, a strange creature moves slowly through the moss-covered branches. Its large, round eyes swivel independently in two directions, observing everything without ever turning its head. But what truly makes it one of the most magical creatures on Earth is its mesmerizing ability to change color. This is the panther chameleon, one of the most beautiful and mysterious reptiles on the planet. Do not be fooled. Chameleons do not change color to blend in with their surroundings. The truth is, each color on their body is a language, a way to communicate. When a chameleon is relaxed, its body turns a pale green or brown. But when faced with a rival, when angry or when the mating season arrives, it erupts into brilliant reds, oranges, or blues. The secret to this transformation lies in special pigment cells containing nanocrystals that can reflect light at different wavelengths, creating these magical colors. Chameleons are also silent predators. They do not noisily chase their prey, but wait patiently, using their 360-degree vision to scan their surroundings. When an insect comes near, the chameleon deploys its most powerful weapon, a tongue more than twice its body length, which can be launched at a speed of 5 meters per second. However, the destruction of Madagascar's forests is severely shrinking their habitat. We are losing one of the planet's most incredible creatures due to our own carelessness. As sunlight penetrates the dense canopy of the tropical forests of Southeast Asia and South America, a mysterious creature glides silently among the branches. It moves with the grace of a living ribbon, reflecting the light from its tiny gleaming scales. It is the green pit viper, one of the most beautiful and enigmatic snakes on the planet. With its slender body, sharp eyes, and perfect camouflage, it is a master of concealment. The green pit viper is not a single species, but a group of many species with vibrant colors and incredible adaptability. They employ an ambush strategy, patiently waiting for prey to pass by before launching a decisive strike. Venomous species like the red-tailed green pit viper use an incredibly fast bite, injecting venom into their prey and then releasing it, allowing the venom to slowly paralyze the victim's nervous system and muscles. Unlike many other snakes that lay eggs, most pit vipers give birth to live young. The eggs are retained inside the body, and the young are born only when they are fully developed. Despite being masters of camouflage, green pit vipers cannot defend themselves against threats from humans, primarily habitat loss and the illegal wildlife trade. In the far north, where vast grasslands stretch beneath a somber sky, a majestic yet proud creature walks. They are not as tall as other horse breeds, but they are great survivors, having withstood all the harsh conditions of nature for over a millennium. This is the Icelandic horse, one of the oldest horse breeds in the world. The Icelandic horse has a distinctive appearance, a short, stocky build with a thick coat that helps it withstand the biting cold winds of the Nordic winter. What makes the Icelandic horse famous is not just its wild beauty, but also its unique gaits. Unlike other horse breeds that have only 3 or 4 gaits, the Icelandic horse has 5, 2 of which have become its trademark. The tolt is an incredibly smooth 4-beat gait, allowing the rider to move quickly without being bounced. And the flying pace, a rare lateral gait, helps them reach speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour over short distances. Over 1,000 years ago, when the first Vikings set foot in Iceland, they brought horses from northern Europe. Over the centuries, natural selection left only the strongest individuals. Crucially, the Icelandic government has long had a law prohibiting the importation of horses. This has helped to preserve the purity of the Icelandic breed, making it one of the purest in the world.